Have you ever worked so hard for something, only to watch someone else walk away with the reward? Have you ever trusted your heart, only to realize it had its own secrets? This is the story of Ada. And how one mistake cost her everything. And like a cup of hot coffee, her story started smooth, smelled sweet, but ended in burns and silence.
This is Ada's story. Ada lived in Lagos, a city that never sleeps, where dreams grow fast and pressure grows even faster. She was young, smart, and full of ambition. Working at Golden Edge Advertising in Ikeja, Ada gave her all. Weekends? Gone. Holidays? Skipped. Birthdays? Missed. All for one thing: promotion. A huge project was coming up, and management was looking for a team lead. Everyone whispered, "It's Ada's time. She deserves it." But on the day of the announcement, her heart sank. It wasn't her. The role went to someone new, someone quiet, someone nobody really knew. Daniel. Daniel had just transferred from the Abuja branch. He had the kind of calm that made people curious. Tall, soft-spoken, with sharp eyes and a tidy appearance, Daniel was always polite but never too friendly. Ada couldn't hide her disappointment. "He doesn't even know the system," she whispered to her friend Kemi in the lunchroom. "All this work and they hand it to a stranger?" They were given projects to work on, and the team lead Daniel and Ada had to work together. Ada was still cold, and Daniel really kept his distance. But over the next few weeks, things began to change. Late nights became normal. One evening, Ada was the last person left in the office, eyes burning from the screen. Suddenly, a cup of coffee slid onto her desk. Daniel stood there. "Thought you might need this," he said with a gentle smile. "Black. No sugar, right?" Ada raised an eyebrow. "How do you know that?" "I pay attention." From then on, their walls began to fall. They started talking, first about work, then music, then family, life. They planned coffee dates, some dates outside the office. They spend so much time together. One rainy evening, they stood by the office window, watching the water pour like a curtain. "Why advertising?" Daniel asked. Ada laughed. "Because growing up, we didn't have much. I saw a Coca-Cola billboard once the people looked so happy. I told myself, one day, I'll be the one behind the message." Daniel looked at her with quiet admiration. "You're not just talented, Ada. You have fire." She blushed. She hadn't felt this scene in years. But Ada had a secret. Weeks before Daniel came, when she was still hurting about the promotion, she had met up with an old friend, Tayo, who worked at a rival firm. Over drinks, she vented. She talked about her ideas for the upcoming campaign just to let out steam. She never thought he would use them, but he did. 2 weeks later, Tayo's company launched a nearly identical campaign days before Ada and Daniel's team could present theirs. Everything collapsed. Millions were lost. Clients pulled out. Golden Edge was in crisis. And suddenly, everyone looked at Daniel. He's new. He had access. Maybe he stole it and sent it back to Abuja? Ada knew the truth. The guilt was heavy. The rumor was spreading like wildfire, and it got to Daniel. She tried to avoid him. But one night, she couldn't hold it anymore. She found him on the office rooftop, looking out over the blinking lights of Lagos. "Daniel," she began, her voice shaking. He turned, his eyes tired but kind. "There's something I need to tell you," she whispered. She told him everything. About Tayo, about that night, about the stolen idea. He didn't interrupt. When she finished, there was silence. Then, softly, "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" "I was scared," she said. "Scared of what?" "Of losing you." Daniel gave a sad smile. "You never had to lose me, Ada. You just had to trust me." And then, he walked away. The next day, Daniel resigned. His goodbye email was short. "I didn't leak anything, but I won't stay where I'm seen as guilty." He never mentioned Ada's name. No one saw Daniel again. Some said he moved to Abuja. Others said he left the country. As for Ada, she stayed. But everything changed. The office felt colder. Her desk felt smaller. People looked, but didn't speak. She brought her own coffee now. Black. No sugar. Just bitter. She never got the promotion. She learned something that stayed with her. That ambition is good, but if it comes at the cost of your soul, it's too expensive. That love needs truth, even when it's hard. And that some mistakes don't come with second chances. Like coffee, love can be warm and sweet. But once spilled, it leaves a stain you can't erase. But she got something else, something heavy. Regret. She never forgot Daniel. Not his silence, not his kindness, not the night she broke, the only real connection she had found in years. Now, every time she saw a new intern or a campaign flyer or smelled black coffee, she remembered. And she whispered to herself, even the sweetest coffee turns cold.